So, it's time to do our experiment. We're going to be experimenting with a few things here. On my last stream, I believe that if you don't use all your mod capacity, and I'm saying that goes into your shields. So my shields started out pretty low. So we're going to do an experiment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go mod, but I'm only going to throw a few mods on there, and I'm thinking about just going with like puncture and status. No elementals. See what happens. Maybe just go with since it's going to be in the void, it's going to be viral and puncture. It's going to do the most damage. So I have a 30 rank prime rifle here, the Gotfa. We got our corrosive, and we got some pretty good puncture. And we have with just this build right here, we've got good, but we only got 3 mod capacity. So let's see what we got with puncture and status. We can do just as much damage with puncture as we can with the corrosive. I believe it's viral, so we was even set up in the wrong one. We was set up wrong because we should have had viral on there, not corrosive. So that's why we had tough time with the freaking Grenier in there, because they got the armor. There's like 3 different types of armor, 4 I think. So let's go in here. Let's look for something viral first. Viral, it'll give us both of the elements that we need to create the viral. So it's going to give us cold, and it's going to give us toxin, which is viral. So
Operator,
already got
Ordis wonders,
that.
what are you thinking about?
So we don't need the electricity, but I'd like it for the status. So let's take the electricity off. We can maybe just have a little bit of it. We might still get our viral with this cryo round here. So we ain't got no capacity, so the way I look at it is our shields are going to be pretty low, but we will be able to build them up because I got a shield charger on my robot. And I'm going to be switching from my robot to my Durega. So let me see here. We already got infected clip. We got electricity. That's why we're getting our corrosive, so we're going to have to remove it. Piercing hit's going to give us our puncture. We got 57% critical chance with a 2.5 multiplier. We're getting 150% critical chance, not multiplier. We're going to take off the stabilizer because we're not going to use the recoil. So we'll have more mod left. So what I'm thinking about running is running my prime shred, which is going to be fire rate. So we're going to go in here. Fire rate. Should bring us up our prime shred. It's right there. What polarity is that? That's a 16. That's going to take up most of it, but we're going to get rid of this speed trigger. We're going to keep our serration for damage. We're going to keep our piercing hit. Right, we're going to get rid of our infected clip. I know that this looks bad, but I'm just trying something out. I know it looks bad. So we got our shred for fire rate. We don't need a real high fire rate. We're down to 20.67, which ain't too far off of 2133, so it's still going to be a decent fire rate. So critical delay is going to give us a 200% critical chance, but another negative 20% on our fire rate. That's going to hurt us because we got to be able to get those shots off, and they got to be hitting fast. So that's not going to do us no good. That also affects our fire rate there, negative. So that part don't do us no good. So let's look for status. We're not worried about no elemental, because I believe I'll still get some elemental because of the rest of the build. Now we got uncode status effect, which we ain't going to have none of those unless we hit them with our pistols, which I do believe will still count. During a wall latch, gain 17% damage reduction. All we got to just remember the wall latch. Now we still got 27 on our capacity. We're going to leave it at like this. So we're going in there with 23 capacity. Now this is just to see if our shields will be higher. If I have to go in there again, we'll go in there again because I don't exactly remember what it was. Now, we are wrong on our corrosive, so we ain't getting no damage with corrosive. So if you shut it down, open it back up, it'll refresh. And this is what we're doing. We've got 57 over half. That's 57.5 critical chance, which ain't too bad. We've got a 2.5 multiplier. Our status is 27%. We got a 125.9 puncture. And the puncture, as it tells right here, damage efficiency is 1.5 damage to corpus, 1.5 damage to organ. The puncture temporarily reduces the target's damage output. So in other words, when you hit them with the puncture, it reduces their damage that they can do to you up to 80%. And it increases the critical chance of damage taken by up to 25% with multiple stacks. So even though we ain't got no elemental on there, my theory is this will work pretty good and I'll have a higher shield rate. But we'll see. I forgot to switch to my Dorega. If I don't switch to my Dorega, let me make sure that I at least got shield charger on what I got on here. I got shield charger, the momentous bond, the manifold reinforced bond. I got the shockwave actuators. Let's switch to our Dorega. Ugly one, but it's good. We're gonna change appearance of that a little bit because it just don't match my outfit. You know, fashion's important in this game. Okay. We're gonna swap this sweeper out for this one, for the beam. And then we're gonna look and see what we got in here. We're doing cold damage in the beam. Let's see if we can do radiation damage with the beam to make them sick, confuse them, make them hit each other. So we type in radiation. May not be able to put radiation on here, I don't know, but it's already got electricity, so it might be easier than you think. Radiation. Okay, so radiation. Why would it put fire on there? Okay, radiation is heat and electric, that's why. Okay, so we ain't got nothing we can put on there because we're at 0. I have to take off this prime shred. Ain't doing no good on there anyways. I'll take off this. We'll add the Hellfire. And we'll add the high voltage, which will give us our electricity. And it should make radiation, right? Electric and heat. So we got a little bit of radiation. Can also throw this radiator reload on here and gets a 40% reload speed. Can't never be a bad thing. Got a speed trigger on there, I don't know why. We might be able to put this. Oh, now we got this radiation. We got puncture in our rifle. And let me make sure I got this. There's my assault mode, my electro pulse, my arc coil, and my prime region. That's pretty much all I need for him, and the shield chargers. This is going to be pretty good. This should, at least my Doriga should work pretty good. So we're going to test this theory out. We're going to go in there and we're going to pay attention to what our shield strength is over anything else. My theory is that we should have a higher shield rate, the less capacity that we use. So go in here. These are level 30 to 35. See down this symbol, puncture and viral. I don't think we've got any viral on here at all. Unless they're on my heat swords, which I forgot to look at. So. First we're going to see what procs with our... Okay, our shield is at 426. Started out at 426, so it could be true. Puncture going to town. The radiation kicked in. When they turn purple like that, that's whenever the radiation's making them sick. When he sprays them, he hits them with that beam. None of the procs hit on him. He's getting slowed down, but that's it. The radiation proc's not going to hit too often. Getting my critical hits from my purple. That's a super critical. Put our Warden Halo on so we don't get damaged for a little bit. Chance to recover our shields. Shields are only hitting at 3. That's it. We're just hitting sometimes. We're hitting a lot. Guy over here sick.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Things working halfway decent. I'm just going to leave the settings alone. The thing I'm going to adjust a little bit more is my dead zone. Shields. It's going down, but it's coming back up. Auger The puncture's doing real well. Just get it a little higher. 50s. Pistols. They've got an organized pistols. 898. That's what happens. 898. Fields are holding at 898.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Build like this won't work for steel path or anything like that, I guarantee you that. I'm not really that impressed with it. But I think I could have built my shields up this high without, even with too sick. Although we did start out with a higher shield, it just didn't hold. That's all the way back down 205. Get my ring halo again. Pistols loaded. Shield back up. Up to 315. They're blue, they're not pink or purple. They'll come back down.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
That's what's going to save everything. Need a check see if I got an energy siphon. I may not have my energy siphon mod. And I'll just use the ability to shield foot back up. We're building up.
Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
I don't remember my swords ain't ranked up either. But that's going to make a lot of difference. We got our shields back up to 847. How can we get them higher? Where the hell's he at? Hiding up at the top? Fucking pussy ass motherfucker. I got all my super critical hits where they turn purple. Dark red ones are critical something, and the red ones are critical. There's 3 different types of critical. Super critical, I can't remember them all. Purple is like super critical. Dark red, there was 2 of them. Not those ones. Real dark red. Almost. You remember now and again. Still criticals. My real numbers. I ain't got mine fixed up in my settings to where I make all of my hits critical hits, like the color, because you can tell by looking at the number it ain't super critical hit when people do that. You can get a critical hit just because it's a low number don't mean that it's still a critical hit. And that's what matters. Like a good headshot, get a nice critical hit. Argon scope, that'll help you out with that. Argon scope. The only way you'll get that is if you hit a headshot. And a good way to get a headshot is have a high fire rate. Pump all bunch of bullets right into their fucking head because you're not going to hit them all because of the pattern, the bloom of the weapon. Which you can't adjust the bloom on here. They haven't got a mod for it. I've played games where they do have mods for bloom, but this is not one of them. So had a pretty good low shield thing, but it did build up to about 900. The shields did, which ain't too bad. So we need to look at Nezha's mods and see what's going on.
Weapons, myself.
We got a negative polarity here on our auger accord, which affects our shields. We're getting 70% shield capacity. 160% energy spent, and we've only got 2 mods out of this set that are missing, so we're running off 3 mods on this Warframe. Plus we got our beautiful prime flow, which gives us 168% energy, and it's not fully maxed up. It's got 1 more to go. And we got our beautiful prime continuity, which gives us a 45% ability duration. Then we got, for our 4th ability, we got a 90% strength for the 4th ability, which is this little fella right here. So in there, it's got 100 drain. It's got a radius of 18.2 meters, and it's got a duration of 20.28 seconds. 20 seconds. And it's got an impact damage of 1,230, and it's got a slam damage of 1,230. And it has a 3.08 damage multiplier. That is why I use that precision intensify. It doesn't do anything else any good, but only your 4th ability, which is like it says.
Operator, the sentients are not
It's only a 90% ability strength for your 90%. Now with our auger message here, since it is slotted right and it's the right polarity, it's hitting us with a 24% ability duration and 160% energy spent on abilities. It's converted to shield. So the more abilities you hit, the more is converted to your shields. With the auger reach, it's the same type. 30% ability range, 160% energy spent on abilities converted to shields. So we're going to do another experiment. I got my energy siphon mod. That's going to give us a regen. Plus we also got our shield charger on our Doriga. So we really don't need to mess with this build. I mean, it's pretty good. We got 169% duration, which is the length of the ability, like the spears, it will stay stuck longer. We got a fairly decent range, 130%. We don't really need that much range. Matter of fact, I could probably take this range down to 100 and still be good as far as that goes. And I could maybe rank up the strength a little bit. But in order to do that, I have to make a decision between my augment mods, which is pyroclastic flow, which gives my firewalker augment accumulate 250% damage. Firewalker deals unleashing it in a trail of fire that lasts 10 seconds. So I got 10 seconds for my fire trail, and I got 20 seconds for my spears. So what's I tell you? Hit them with your spears, blaze a fire trail around them, and you're going to be doing 1,230. You're going to be doing damage with this divine retribution with a multiplier of 3.8, plus with your pyroclastic flow, hit at the right time, accumulate 250% of the damage Firewalker deals, and unleashing it in a trail that lasts 10 seconds. So that's quite a bit of time. So we ain't gonna touch none of that because I think that's just good. Although we got a low shield, we can still build that up with the auger reach and the auger message, and you know, the auger 70% shield capacity, 160% energy spent is converted to shields. So all these are our shield mods. We only have 1 or 2 more auger mods out there. Let's see, which we got two of them that I'm missing, but I believe one's on my pistol. So let's take a look at our pistol. I do believe there's an auger mod on here. Yeah, there's auger packed. So the only one I'm missing is, I think, auger message or auger secret. But there's 2 missing. Auger packed. Don't know if I got another auger mod because they're in the other one. Now we got the gunslinger here, which I believe is a speed. What do we got on here? We got 65.4 puncture. We got 7-port impact. So our puncture is going to hit more times than our impact. Our slash this time is equal to our impact. So them two right there, they're gonna like work against each other. And we got this heat, which is good for armor. Heat sets enemies on fire, causing them to panic, and temporarily reduces their armor up to 50% with multiple stacks. Now remember, my Garega makes them sick with the radiation. So radiation is, let me look over here on my chart, is heat and electric. So we also have heat on our pistol, helping us prime those enemies. But with just a higher fire rate, maybe less damage, but a higher fire rate. Higher fire rate means more of a chance for one of those bullets to proc. So we gotta go in here and fix our rifle because it did not work the way that I thought it was going to work. So what we want to do is we want to go with viral. We want to get a little bit of viral on this weapon. Not corrosive. I got it confused. So go a little bit of viral. That's going to be our cold, which if we don't do it right, we're going to end up getting a blast instead of a viral. So we got 11 for this. Ain't going to leave us much. Might have to run this low cryo round and use a little bit of endo and rank it up a couple just to make it even so we won't hit that blast so much. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this effective clip on there. We're going to put this cryo round on there. I don't think it's going to go. If it does, it's negative, but we still got our 119 viral. So it's not even going to outdo our puncture, which is good because the puncture does damage too. So this build, we're going to test it and see if it'll work. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it over here. Wait, I can't do that right now, but let me switch these two around. Then put that proton here. Nope, that won't work either. Okay, that's not an Exless. Then why was it in there? Wait a minute. I have no Exless, not for viral. Okay, let me clear this out. Let's see what we got. We got an ammo drum we could put in there for a little bit more ammo. But all we got is a 3. 3 and 3 is 6, so it's not going to hold that one. We need something that's at least a 6 of the same thing. We could probably hold this 5. It's 3 and 3 is 6. So Now we got some extra ammo. That's all we need. We got a good viral. We got a good puncture. We're going to take them freaking things out. We'll have a lower shield rate, but we're going to rely on our auger mods and our energy siphon to keep Nezha fed. Let's test it out, see what happens. Pay attention to the shields this time, because they're probably going to be down like one. They're going to be low because we didn't have no mod capacity left. Should use my gladiator mod. What I should do. I'm not gonna worry about that.
The tower's neural sentry is
What I'm doing is
operational.
looking for.
I'm picking up multiple threats, all under Orokin control. Wipe them all out.
See, we're hitting that viral, and that viral's badass for these fucking. Don't like the viral. That radiation's gonna hit from my Doriga, so. He's sick. They're gonna fight each other. They're hurting each other. These ain't hurting each other really bad. That Grenier's beating the fuck out of that
The
corpus.
tower's neural sentry
See?
has
Now he's
turned
gonna come
soldiers
after
into
us.
mindless attack drones.
That's
You
where your
need to take them
radiation
out.
comes in handy. Dark red 907. He's sick. Oh, he's gonna stand behind you. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Look at that shield on him. That guy right there, see his shield? Watch. Boom, gone. See the shield? He's got it overshield too. Gone. Tell when you aim
Stay
at them.
focused.
The
There's
little
a heavy
shield
unit
thing.
approaching.
The little tap pistol. Fire hits. Just melts those shields away. And our shields are like 280, now they're 315 because I used the thing. If I use it again, now this shoots up to 450. I shoot up to 550. Use my abilities to build my shield up. With my energy siphon mod that I have, provides just enough energy to keep my shields. And you're fine as long as toxic don't come along. They chew right through your shields. Now, if I use my number 4 and number 2 together, behind that now. I'm gonna get my energy build up. My energy I think I got is my pistols. Shield too at this point. That's just to keep it moving. see, 300 and something, all that. I used all that. Because I went in there, I wasted my abilities just experimenting, seeing if a ability shows up. So, yeah, I had to find out. We're okay though, because we got our energy siphon, building up our energy slowly. And as long as we kill, we're going to get our health orbs, and our energy orbs will help out on both aspects, because I got my warding halo, which ain't going to take that much energy to cast it to get more health orbs, but I have to spear them. I believe that's the only way it works, is you have to spear them. Why'd I do that? I was looking at my other monitor. Damn. Death. Okay. Building up to 401 on our shields. Health is up to 465. That's not too bad. Great. Every time I swing my weapon, it's blue. I don't know what that's about. Right now we're invulnerable until that turns back to. It looks like light purple to me. I don't know. It could be pink. Ability shoots our shields up a little bit. Don't
Stay
overdo
focused.
it.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Halo. So you just get health or not, it doesn't matter. It'll still give you money. That's the way that works. Someone standing there. Nope. Alright. He's got to be up here somewhere. Where you at, big mouth? Fix it, shut your mouth for you, buddy. There your dumbass is. Earlier, wall latch, I could do 17% more damage with that wall latch. That comes in handy, it really does. I learned when to do it. Taking less damage when we do a wall latch. It helps. Hiding behind a girl. Down here, see if there's a statue down here. Come on. Sometimes there is, sometimes there ain't. Nope, not on this side. Up here, there's sometimes a statue here. Instead, it gave me these things, which is okay. I'll take them. Come on down. Hitting each other. Thick, but it didn't show the proc.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Oh man, look at that. It's pretty strong. That fire hits her. Some of this loot. Don't die. Always wait for that. over. Fighting each other. Sick with radiation. Trying to get in and get that motherfucker. Get that motherfucker while he's busy. We're all fighting over there. Sick with radiation. Don't always work. Sometimes they'll fire at you too. So, just with no out of ammo on that. Stupid robot. How in the heck he hit me that fucking hard? He almost took all of my shields. Just that little zap. Alright, guess what? Must be on the other side of this door. Did it my way. All them backseat drivers. Good guy to watch on YouTube is Nightmare Frame. He's a good guy, and Brozine. He's a good one to watch. They tell you how it is. Ooh, that was a fucking crit. A nice purple. Give me that purple. Good, I'm gonna get the quality of my streams. Slowly adjusting things, and I'm afraid to push anything. I'm afraid it's gonna get back all messed up real bad, like there was the last couple of weeks. They were horrible. I'm freaking horrible. All out of whack. Got in there, I messed with my adjustments, messed all kinds of stuff up. I had to go back to streaming off of something else. Out of nowhere. He's sick. And after his brother, he's like, I'm gonna kill my brother. 5-level enemy. Hit that
You have
fucking
broken
hard.
their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
From that distance. Up yours, buddy. Now that. Let's turn into a 45-minute video. Just testing. all in all, I'd rather load a shitty video up on freaking Twitch than I would because YouTube people, man, they're just nasty. I mean, they're freaking. I don't know, man. They preach good preachers. Like, oh, we want to help you out. Not all of them are like that. There's some good ones. They're so big, so famous, they ain't gonna mess with little guys. I mean, it ain't gonna bother me. I have a lot of respect for them guys, you know. They don't know work. I have a lot of respect for them guys because, you know, I was after before I got hurt. I hurt myself before that happened. I was all like, yeah, I like the game for fun, but I can't see doing it for money or nothing like that. Never fucking make money doing shit like that. Thinking that, you know, the wrong idea. Just like anybody else who thinks about it. Oh, probably make a little tiny amount of money, and you can't make no money. There ain't no job. That ain't no real job. I'll tell you what. Now I know how it is. Editing those videos, doing your homework, doing your research every day. It's a lot of hard work, and you spend more time editing your videos and getting everything right. And there's no telling what kind of problem you'll have. Your freaking sound card might go out. Your freaking capture card might go out. Hell, just problem after problem after problem. So I got a lot of newfound respect for them. Get on there and do that every day. Everybody thinks it's easy because it has to do with video games. There's a lot more to it than that. You got to be sponsored. You got to have sponsors. You got to be good enough to where some company notices you or does something. That's never going to happen for me. But hey, I got newfound respect for them streamers though. Not the conceited, nasty ones, but for the guys who get on there, bust their freaking ass, and they give it to you straight. They don't sugarcoat it. Like Brozeme, Nightmare Frame, they don't sugarcoat it. Also like MH Blackie, I like his. He makes a lot of guides. He'll tell you straight up. Sometimes he'll tell you shit that you can't believe. You just go watch a freaking movie, a video on MH Blackie. He got all kinds of guides on there, how to mod your weapons, how to do all of that. And that's a godsend for me. When I met them guys and I seen their channels and I started watching their videos, their freaking videos helped me so much. I mean, I went back and I said, wow, so that's how you do that. I struggled for like 2 years straight. I did not struggle. I didn't even want to play it. I mean, I'd rather go play a stupid retarded game like Sims than I would to play Warframe, because after I played it for a little while, I thought, man, it's a good game. I just wish it was easier to understand. So I quit for a long time, but I just never uninstalled it. I just quit and I left it on there, and I thought, well, maybe one of these days I'll go back to it. But I have to hand it to Warframe. They've come a long ways. I mean, you know, they've come a long ways. People bitch about this and bitch about that. And yeah, I understand it, man, but look, they gotta make money too, you know. So it is getting late, and I gotta get up early, take care of some business, get my I got a few things that I gotta order so I can have them here in a couple days, so we can start making better videos. And we're gonna do our own thing. We ain't gonna listen to nobody. We ain't gonna respond to nasty comments. We ain't gonna do none of that. We're just gonna kick back and we're gonna play a game. We're not gonna cut shit out. We're not gonna add things and make it look like, oh, I went from this scene and I didn't die. And we're not gonna do none of that. I'm not editing and cutting out the bad parts of my video, like where I die or if I fall off of something, even though no matter how embarrassing it is, I'm not cutting it out, because it is what it is. I just ain't gonna cut it out. I ain't gonna delete none of it. You're gonna join me for the journey. You're gonna see it all through, the pitfalls and everything else, the mistakes, everything. I fall and bust my butt, and I'm live streaming, it's just going to be live. I ain't going to go back and re-edit it. No, I'm just not going to do it. It's too much work, and why? Why? What's so bad about falling off of something? I mean, you make a mistake, you learn from the mistake, they come along, they give you a hard time about it. Well, that just shows that, you know, they ain't too smart neither. Like, they ain't never fucked up in a video game, or died, or fell off of something, or got carried around and made look retarded in Fortnite or something like that. I mean, it happens to all of us, but there is some certain people that can accept it and move on and learn about it, and there's other people that, well, I'm just going to do that to somebody else, and I'm going to pretend like that never happened to me, like I've always been the best. I jumped on this game from day one, and I mastered it the very first day, and I ain't never been killed. I ain't never been knocked down. I ain't never fell off of nothing. Well, go ahead and live in your little pretend world all you want, but you're the one that has to lay your head down at night and think about it. So anyway, Kentucky Devil, I'm going to be signing off for the night. I'm going to watch me some YouTube and get me some sleep. Y'all have a beautiful evening.